The governor said on Monday that he was now not for taking any money out of the rainy day fund. He was less vocal about that yesterday, but he did say that. I thought I heard him say that last week. You have said that the bill you all are going to present on Tuesday does not assume that any money comes out of the rainy day fund.
We do not assume any rainy day funds.
Right.
We do not assume any additional revenue coming into the state.
Is the reason that you're not putting the rainy day fund calculation in because it requires a 2/3 vote of the membership and you don't want to assume that you have the votes, or are you advocating for no money coming out of the rainy day fund?
We don't want to assume anything.
Yeah.
When we file the bill. Number one, that we have to get the 100 votes in the House.
Right.
You know, of course, I didn't know what the election would be. I didn't know we could get 100 votes in the House with the makeup of last session to honor Evan Smith.
You couldn't. Don't worry about it.
But
getting money out of the rainy day fund may be easier. Actually,
that's right. It may be.
But you're not assuming though that you're not going to go back to the membership and ask that money come out of the rainy day fund.
It's the will of the House.
It's the will of the House. Well, what's the will of the pits on this? What do you?
Ask my brother.
Well, no, I'm asking you. He gets a pass. You, however, do not. Where do you come down on the rainy day fund? If you could control the vote, what would you have the House do?
Well, I think our good use of the rainy day fund is where we are today, and that is that we're $4.3 billion shortfall today on the current biennium. That might be a good use of the rainy day fund.
So you might advocate, you might support the idea that we eliminate the current biennium's debt shortfall, whatever you want to call it, by using the rainy day fund.
That would be, if I had any use of the rainy day fund, that would be it.
So you're not necessarily against, but not necessarily for using it to avoid more draconian cuts in social services.
If we could use the 4.3 out of the rainy day fund, it would help us in our current bill.
So indirectly, it would solve the problem.
Help. It would make it not solve it, but it would help.
Help solve it.
Help solve it.
Last week, Representative Isaac, who was at that point Representative-elect Isaac, said that he believed that there might be a movement for the rainy day fund to be used to offer tax relief to Texans on top of whatever cuts are going to come required by the shortfall. How do you feel about that? Would you be willing to remove money from the rainy day fund for tax relief?
Well, of course, we always want lower taxes in Texas, but I think we're going to have to present our bill and see the needs of Texans in Texas before we start talking about tax relief, because we're not in the business of raising taxes this session.
Right.